Welcome back to Vor's Physical Media Rant. I'm Vanessa and he's Charles. Don't forget to like our video. It lets us know that you like the content that we are putting out. It also helps YouTube algorithm get more of our videos out there for more people like you to watch them. Don't forget the subscribe button and comment down below if you like any of these movies that are in our collection.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. Today is the last day of the month. So we figured we'd do this video, and we actually watched more than what we thought we were going to watch. So basically this video is about what we watched in the month of April.
Yep.
Other than the collective.
Yes.
But first up, one of the latest releases that we watched, actually, Captain Ron.
Yes. This movie is absolutely hilarious. Kurt Russell in this film, he just wanted to laugh the whole movie because he's brilliantly hilarious. I could just tell you that. When we first picked this up, we hadn't seen this in a very long time, and we assumed it was about them going on vacation, and then that was it, and we were wrong. they got a boat, and they were trying to bring this boat back over.
Back to sell it.
Yep.
And he was the captain that was
helping them
get there. Of course, a bunch of escapades on the way.
Yes.
Of course, that's what made the movie so funny. He would have little sexcapades on the beach also.
Yeah.
And with Martin Short's wife, tried to, well, when he was steering the boat, had her in front, he was behind her.
Yeah. You know, little things here and there.
It's raunchy fun, but it's a good movie at heart.
It really is.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
If you have not seen it, you need to check it out. Unfortunately, it does not have a Blu-ray. But who did this movie? Stone. So Disney.
Which now Sony has rights to, so maybe they'll actually do this one.
Give us a Blu-ray at least.
Yep. At least anything that I'm hoping that Sony does anything that Disney has in their vault that was on DVD, they at least upgrade it to Blu-ray.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Next movie that we watched, and we also did a review on this with another movie, Paradise Alley with Sly Stallone. Great movie. You need to check that one out.
Yep.
But this one's Cool World.
This movie is great. It's another one of those raunchy movies back in the day. You know, that's when all the good movies were.
Yeah, true.
Kim Basinger looks incredible in this film. I mean, but she was also super young. So, but this movie is funny.
Yeah,
it really is funny. I love the human and cartoon world and like back and forth.
Remind you of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but not as raunchy.
No.
Of course, Jessica Rabbit had her big boobs damn near
and
hanging
the
out. So
slit all the way up to her hip.
Yeah. Kind of in the same type humor. But.
Yeah. But definitely, if you haven't seen it, definitely pick it up. I don't know if Shout still has it or not, but if they do, go pick it up.
I upgraded this. Fan of Jack Black, especially when it comes to anime and movies. And this one's, he voices Poe.
Yep.
I upgraded to Kung Fu Panda. This movie, we watched it, so I'm like, okay, 4K of a anime movie is just gonna, anime movies always look good, but this one looked even better.
Yes, it did. It had that extra like oomph.
Yes, it did.
Added to it.
I kept looking at the details of the movie. I just couldn't read how bright it was.
Yeah.
The dark scenes were, it was perfect.
Yep. There was no, you know, I want to say glitch, you know, that you normally see every now and then in some 4K transfers.
There was no blurriness. No luminance. Nothing.
No.
It was perfect. Universal did a hell of a job on this, and
Yes,
I definitely applaud you.
Yep.
But that being said, we watched the first one. Of course, that means we had to watch the second one and the third one.
Yep. Which I had already seen the third one because I'm a dumbass and only owned the third one. So I watched that one, and then I've never seen the first one or the second one. So those two are a first time watch for me. I know I'm fucking retarded, but it is what it is. But I actually really enjoyed these movies. I cannot wait till the fourth one.
Next up is a made-for-TV movie. Steven Spielberg did this, so I had low expectations for it, but just because it was a made-for-TV movie, and not all his movies hit right with me, other than like E.T. and Minority Report, which she doesn't like, which we do need on 4K.
Yes.
But Duel.
Oh my goodness. This was one of those little hidden gem movies.
Mm-hmm.
They had the option of the 4K slip everywhere, but you could get exclusive through Groove, the steelbook. And we got the steelbook. I wish they would do more made-for-TV movies,
Yeah,
because it's really, they're worth it, because I think they go on TV and then they get lost.
Especially this movie.
Yeah.
It was intense from beginning to end.
Yeah, it was. This was definitely a great pickup. If you do not own this yet, you definitely need to own it.
Definitely don't stream this one. You need to pick
No.
it up. Trust me. Trust us on this one. It's a great pickup.
Yeah.
Next up is a movie, Michael Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And you know his movies are out there, but they're big budget movies. He's always big budget. He has the boom and the bass. The Dolby Atmos in this movie was insane.
Yes, it was.
It would rock your fucking couch, literally.
It did to
It
us.
did us, yes. But I am talking about the movie Ambulance, starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh my goodness. This movie was nonstop from beginning to end.
Yes.
It had your attention the whole entire movie. And it went by very quickly. Like, you're like,
It was a 2+ hour movie.
yeah. Like, you weren't like, okay, I watched a 2+ hour movie. You know, it was like, what's going to happen next type of movie. It was definitely worth a pickup. I'm glad that we picked it up.
Yes.
He's not a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan, but he was really good in this movie.
Yeah, he did a wonderful job on that one. Next up is a movie I didn't think I would like, but I am not big on really slow dramas. But this one was actually kept my attention. It was really good. It's about a girl in the swamp.
Yep.
If you don't know
The
what I'm
marsh.
talking, the marsh. All right, the marsh. Sorry, marsh swamp. Where the crawdads sing.
Yes. This movie is great. This was really, really good. It was, like you said, it was a slow movie, but you didn't feel like it dragged. It just continued. It just flowed very nicely.
She was mainly known as the Marsh Girl,
Mm-hmm.
so nobody really wanted anything to do with her.
Mm-mm.
But the whole movie is about obviously with her losing her mom, her dad. He was very abusive.
Yeah.
But not really towards her, but towards the sons and everything. Got them to move out. She was the only one left.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, her dad passes away, obviously.
Oh, he leaves her first.
Huh?
And then he passes away.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
he passes away regardless.
Yeah.
But and a bunch of shit goes on. She meets the guy. He goes off to college,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets off. There was a professor and doing whatnot, and he doesn't come back July 4th like he was supposed to. Then, of course, she meets somebody else, but this guy's only out to
For one thing.
get laid. And one thing leads to another, courtroom, and I will leave it at that. You need to check this movie out.
Yeah, if it's on streaming, watch it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to pick it up, but I would highly recommend for you to pick it up and adding
Mhm.
it to your collection, because it was a really good movie.
Next up, iconic director. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
I speak very highly of him, like I do George A. Romero. Toby Hooper.
In Mortuary. This movie was great. We streamed this first, didn't
Yes.
we? We did, because I had never seen it. And we streamed it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this movie was so good. You could tell that you were watching a Toby Hooper film.
Mm-hmm.
You really could. Here's the back of this. It was definitely worth a pickup. If you have not seen this, you need to see this, especially if you like Toby Hooper films.
Yes. He's one of them where you watch him, it's kind of like a Romero. You know you're watching one of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on the caliber of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but there is not a movie.
They can touch that.
No, No, literally cannot.
Mm-mm.
But this is a solid film.
Mhm.
Tobe Hooper always has that thing with his movies, kind of like Romero does. You know,
Mhm.
you're watching a Tobe Hooper movie because
Yeah.
it has that sense of humor that Tobe Hooper's always had.
Yeah.
But definitely pick this one up. It's a very interesting flick. Next up is The Boogeyman.
Yes. This was actually surprisingly really good. I actually really enjoyed this, didn't you?
Yeah.
A friend of ours actually, when this was in theater, went and saw it, and she asked us if we had watched it, and we told her no, and she's like, you need to watch this.
Mhm.
She's like, it is so good. And we ended up waiting till it came out on physical and purchasing it, and this movie is definitely another hidden gem.
Yeah.
It's you could tell it's a low budget film, but it's so worth it.
It was creepy.
It was very creepy. You
But
had those jump scares.
It kept your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is a movie we got from Massacre Video. Didn't know too much about this company until this. I am so glad I picked this up. The 4K transfer on this was absolutely beautiful.
Yes,
and I will definitely be picking up more movies from Massacre, ones that I am interested in, most definitely. But this was the video game back in the day. It's starring Ben Kingsley and Michelle Rodriguez. Blood Rain.
This movie looked so good. Like, so good. Like, I couldn't believe it when he popped it in and we watched it. Like, the blacks were black. There was no gray tone unless there was supposed to be.
There was no green either.
No. It was gone.
And this was a low-budget film.
Very low-budget film.
But they really took it and ran with it and made it look like a freaking Michael Bay
like
film.
a brand new film.
Yeah.
But definitely hit up Massacre Video. Go check out some of their videos. What they have, because I definitely would be purchasing from them again.
Some very interesting titles, not for everyone, but if you don't care or get offended by a lot of things, and then stroll right over there. They have some very interesting movies. Next up, we started Fast and the Furious
a while ago,
but we had to come back and continue. We were actually on 8. Of course, I have the 8 movie collection.
Yes, this sucker is heavy, by the way.
The Fate of the Furious.
Yes.
But
this is what the box set looks like. We'll probably end up buying the new box set once
all the movies are released and they're done.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed this movie.
Yes.
I sat and watched for what they are. I used to hate them. I'm like, these movies are just stupid.
There's a lot of silliness and a lot of things that you definitely know couldn't happen. I believe this is the one where they went to space, wasn't it?
That's F9.
That's F9. Okay. Sorry, my bad. That was F9. No, this was about a son. This was very good. I'm happy. The one thing I do like about Fast and Furious is the fact that all the characters stayed the same. They didn't switch anybody out. They didn't have like Vin Diesel and then for so long and then kicked him out and then put somebody else as Dom. That wouldn't have worked. It really wouldn't have.
You think of Dom, you think of Vin Diesel.
You do. You really do.
I wouldn't want to watch it if it was any other way.
Nope.
Even if they put The Rock as Dom. I am a Rock fan, but I still wouldn't want to watch. But next movie, of course, is what she done reiterated.
Yep, F9.
F9. This one's starring John Cena.
Yes. This one was really good.
I actually enjoyed this one. I know the whole space thing turned people off, but I mean, like whatever. Like they weren't up there that long. Like who cares?
No. And it was like towards the end of the movie too. It wasn't like the whole entire time. Oh my God, they're in space. No, it was. I thought it was really good.
I think a lot of YouTubers like to criticize the thing, like just don't watch it.
Right.
That's something stupid. I mean, I can see if you don't like the actor, don't watch it. Kind of like me. If I don't like the actor, I'm not going to want to watch the movie. I hate Tom Hanks. Therefore, I won't watch any of his movies because I think he's a fucking idiot. But who's another actor I don't like?
Charlize Theron.
I don't like Charlize Theron because she thinks she's up here, that she should be paid the same as somebody else who's the main star of the movie.
Right.
Just because she's in a movie for 5-10 minutes? No. Yeah. Fuck that bitch.
Well, let's continue.
Hobbs and Shaw.
This movie was funny.
Rock, Statham, great couple together.
Mm-hmm.
They acted like a married couple.
They do.
But they had such good chemistry. And Idris Elba,
Yep.
wonderful job. I am a fan of him.
Yep.
He does pretty good movie. Pretty solid movie. He's a
Yep.
great actor too. He was really good in The Dark Tower.
Yes. Oh, I really like that movie. And they introduced a new character.
Yeah,
and that is
Shaw's sister.
Shaw's sister, which I figured he only had a brother, but apparently he had a sister too.
Remember, Shaw was always worried about The Rock messing around with his sister.
Yeah, which I thought was funny.
He didn't want anything to do with her.
No, I think he acted at the end.
Oh, at the end, but for the most part, he didn't.
He was more worried about doing it, his job because, he's Hobbs.
Yeah. Next one I'm going to talk about, this is a Paramount film. I think this movie deserves to be Criterion.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise got it with Risky Business. I think all the Tom Cruise movies should be in Criterion. This is a movie that should be in Criterion.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully we'll get it.
The movie that takes place at Gilead's.
Yes.
In Texas.
Yes, which was Pasadena, Texas at the time.
Yeah, now it's Dallas, Texas.
It's in Dallas.
This stars John Travolta.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy.
I love this movie.
Yes. Well, this is your mom's favorite movie.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I love this movie. I used to watch it all the time. You can never go wrong with having a young John Travolta. I still don't understand why he chose Sissy.
I chose Pam. But of course, Pam just wanted them to make her jealous.
Right. That's really what it was about. She's like, towards the end, she's like, I don't really have feelings for you. I was just doing it to help myself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the long run, he ended up getting back with Sissy and...
Bud and Sissy.
Yeah, well, I think they were, true love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next up, we watched Batman versus Superman, but we watched the theatrical cut first.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the IMAX edition. We have not watched that. I'm going to push that up because we just recently watched the theatrical cut. But I really enjoyed this. She's never seen it.
No, I had never seen. I have seen the Justice League, but I never saw Batman versus Superman.
But the more I see this, Ben Affleck is not that bad of a Superman.
You mean Batman?
I mean, yeah, Superman. Well, yeah, Superman the bitch, but
I think almost Superman. No, Ben Affleck is Batman.
yeah.
He actually did a really good job. When I first found out that he was Batman, I was like, oh, Lord, help us. Like everybody else. But watching him in this really makes me appreciate him as playing Batman.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, a movie coming out of Arrow, and the UK is going to be getting this in the 4K format also. Last Starfighter.
This movie is great. This is a classic.
Yeah. Back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s.
If you're into science fiction and video games,
this is up your alley.
Yes.
This is totally worth every penny. I had never seen this. He had. I thought of maybe I had seen it,
Nope.
But I didn't recognize any scenes whatsoever from this movie, but I fully enjoyed this movie.
Next up is a movie starring George Clooney. Fortunately, he was only in for about 10 minutes. Then Sandra Bullock took over. You did see George Clooney towards the end, though.
Yeah.
But Gravity. This movie started out, I'm like, all right, this is going to be slow. Then after I said that, it finally took off, and it took off from there. I really enjoyed it, especially the direction as far as the camera they took with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
I had seen it before. He had not. And I told him, I said, you're actually going to really like this movie. And I've steered him wrong a few times on movies that I actually liked. And he was like, well, why did you even let us watch this movie? But I'm like, you need to watch it. And so we picked it up, and you actually liked it.
Yeah, I only paid $5 for it.
Yep.
But next up, I did pick this one up from Kino Lorber. This was a blind buy.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I wasn't going to get the slipcover because everybody and their brother wanted this movie when they came out. I could see why. I didn't think it was going to be that good, but It was really good.
Yes.
Has William Dafoe, To Live and Die in L.A.
Yes. And William Peterson.
From CSI.
CSI. A very young William Peterson.
He's a dickhead, though.
He's a total dickhead in this film. This definitely is worth your money.
Mm-hmm.
Go pick up this movie if Kino Lorber still has it.
Transfer was great.
Yes.
Next up is a movie I watched over and over back in the day, starring the late Tupac, also starring Omar Epps. If you want to be able to watch this, you got to have juice.
Yes.
She's never seen this. But,
it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac is an ass. He's a total jerk in this film.
Him and that Mexican guy getting into it at the where they hung out at the arcade there.
Yeah.
Of course, Tupac was always the shit stirrer.
Yeah.
He'd always start shit with the other guy.
Yeah.
But the guy that portrayed the Mexican guy, he was funny. He's like, "You motherfucker." He's funny. But
I really enjoyed it.
Of course, you had Steele. I liked him too, though.
Yeah.
Then Omar Epps and Steele will be walking down the street, and here comes the other guy. I forget what his name was.
Yeah.
But the guy in the corner there, him. His girlfriend. Of course, they had a baby. He wanted to be the father figure for it, but she didn't want anything to do with it. He's seen them come. He's like, well, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you then. That was when black movies were done right.
Yep.
That was a really good one.
I really
had a stellar cast in it. Definitely pick it up. Next movie we're going to be talking about, you definitely need to pick it up.
Yes.
If you picked up the Conan series, that movie might be great and all. I say this movie is way better than that. This is the movie I watched back in the day. I should have picked up the VSU Ultra of this, and I did not. But I did get the slipcover. Very nice. The Beastmaster. You need to go to Vinegar Syndrome and pick this movie up. Once again, Vinegar Syndrome knocks it out of the park.
Yep. And the slip it just flows all the way around.
That's why Vinegar is the king's.
Yep. And
the
original one sheet. And obviously his disc art.
Always.
But
it's Vinegar.
All 3 discs are different disc art, which is really nice. Which I'm not used to when they do things like that.
Vinegar.
True. It is Vinegar.
They might not release the stellar titles all the time, but when they do, it don't matter if the title sucks. The slipcover and or box set alone is worth the pickup.
It's embossed too, right here and over here.
Next up is a movie from back in the day starring Matthew Broderick. War Games.
I watched the hell out of this movie when I was younger. Every time it was on, I watched it.
You almost started a war with us too.
Yes, you did.
And
not even knowing that what he was doing.
He thought it was part of a game.
He thought he was playing a video game.
Yeah.
That's what he thought it was. He thought he was hacking into, a game place, getting ready to put out more games. And turns out he was hacking into
the government.
Only Matthew Broderick, right? This movie is great. If you haven't seen it, you definitely need to watch it.
4K transfer was nice.
Yes. It was.
Done by Shout. Next up, the transfer was not so great.
No.
Now I say not so great, probably shit.
Yes.
Remember T2? Shit. This is True Lies. Shit.
Yeah, but I think T2 looked better than this.
Maybe.
Because this was horrible. I was super excited when this movie was announced that it was coming out. I love this movie. And then we bought it, right away. Because I was like, yes, we're going to get this. I want it. And I honestly wish we would have waited till it was like...
I told you.
$5. This movie is not worth your money. We do not recommend this movie for you to pick up. you want to pick it up when it's on a really, really, really good sale.
Yeah. Next up is a good movie starring a great actor who got smart and moved out of California, that the shithole that it is, and moved to what, Arizona or Vegas?
Yeah.
Or Nevada or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Mark Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
Great actor. Patriots Day. I could go into in depth about this movie, but it pisses me off. It's basically about terrorism, which is going on over here now. I know a lot of people don't want to see that because they're too fucking blind to see it. But if you have any normalcy, you would see it's right there in front of you. What happened didn't need to happen. That's what happened when you have those type people over here. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm not even going to go into that because that'll just
start a whole nother
that'll really piss me off. Yes.
But we actually watched this on Patriots Day this
Yeah.
year. This was a first time watch for me. I could definitely say this is a great American movie, like it says up top over there. I can't wait to watch this again next year. This would probably be a yearly thing. I cried, but I'm a crier when it comes to movies. I know I'm a weirdo, but I love watching movies that are based on true events that are close to actually what happened. So,
especially when it has to do with stuff in the
Yes.
U.S. With that being said, U.S. That's United States. It's what we stand for. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. You're against it, get the fuck out. We don't need you. We're not going to miss you. I mean, we got our military fighting to protect us for people out there in the world that can give a shit. That all they care about is their fucking washed up brains that feeding social media, TikTok, ching chong bullshit. And you know exactly what I'm talking about because China's the one that owns TikTok. And I guarantee you they're influencing kids nowadays to be stupid like they are nowadays. And
Well-
really, they're influencing that.
yeah, well, look at all the challenges they keep putting out. Oh,
The thing is, how can you be that fucking stupid to do it though? When I was young, I didn't do anything like that, but I guess my generation was a lot smarter.
yeah.
My generation also was, you run your mouth, you got your fucking jaw broke. Nowadays, you cry like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, that's how it goes.
No, it is.
You're not that much younger than me.
No, I'm only 7 years younger than you, and I was raised the same
glad
way.
I grew up when I did. There is some younger generation that has smarts on their head, but once again, it comes back to the parents and how they're raised.
Yes.
But I just figured I'd iterate on that. If you don't like the United States, then get the fuck out. You're not welcome. And the ones that want to come over here for a free ride, get the fuck out. Because us taxpayers are tired of paying for you. Literally. Next up on a good note is a movie starring Heath Ledger.
Yes.
A totally fucked up character in this one, but always a great actor. You never know what to expect out of him. And the way he voiced his voice in this was just insane. This is a true story. It's about the brothers, the Lords of Dogtown.
Yes. It's about skateboarding.
Yes.
This movie,
Venice Beach.
Venice Beach. Everywhere, really, in California,
Well,
where they went.
not anymore because anything that lives in
No.
California is looting and crime.
Yeah. We bought the steelbook, the Walmart steelbook.
Very nice.
It's very, very nice. This definitely was during the era of when skateboarding first became like a big old huge hit, and them coming up with new moves and new way to do things. And this is based on real life skateboarders who ended up starting their own companies. And one of them actually is the one that Tony Hawk went to his part of his
Tony Hawk is in this movie.
Yes, he is.
And you know Tony Hawk is like one of the best skateboarders in the world.
Which is awesome. You haven't seen this, you need to see
You
it.
need to pick it up. It's well worth it. The steelbook's nice too. Next up is a movie starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale. We just watched this the other day. Great movie. Always great to see Christian Bale, the way he comes in and does the movies. Shows what a great actor he is. Ford versus Ferrari. And Matt Damon didn't do that bad of a job either.
No, he did really good as well. That's one thing I do like about Christian Bale is the fact that when he is attached to a project, he goes 110% in. There's no, okay, yeah, I'm going to come in, read my line, do my job, I get paid or whatever. No, he goes fully into the character that he is playing. And he stays most of the time in that character, even when he's not.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. This movie was really, really good. This is about racing.
It's about building a Ford car that can beat Ferrari, because Ferrari keeps winning the 24-hour
race that they have.
Yes. Next up, we're going to continue racing. And this is an all-time classic.
Yes, it is.
Starring Tom Cruise. I seen this in the movie when I was younger. Loved it still to this day. Love this movie just like any other Tom Cruise movie, because he is the best actor that's ever going to be. Days of Thunder. Transfer was great.
Yes, it was.
Even got to see his ugly ass ex-wife in it too, Nicole Kidman. Yeah, I don't care for that woman.
He doesn't really like Nicole Kidman.
That was probably the best thing that ever happened to get rid of her.
Definitely pick that one up. The 4K looked phenomenal. It was on point.
Always a great movie. And Tom Cruise is in it. I mean, come on, seriously. No matter how you feel about him, there's not an actor on his level.
Yep.
Next up is a series that we started. We ended with this one. This one was one of my favorites out of the series.
Yes. Very
graphic. If you like blood,
this movie's for you.
And people getting cut up. Death Race. I know you remember the one. You need to check this out.
He did a really good job.
He did.
Zach McGowan.
Frankenstein's back in it.
Yes, Frankenstein is in this. It was really good. Like you said, a lot of blood, a lot of gore.
A lot of butt.
Blood.
You do get to see tits and ass in it.
You do, so it kind of works out.
Yeah, and you get to see women kissing each other and everything.
Definitely pick that one up. A lot of people, I think, stick with kind of like the Jason Statham ones and then don't move on because they're, normally once that happens, they kind of get cheesy or whatever. But this was definitely a solid one.
Last one to be released out of that franchise, but well worth the pickup. Next up is a movie that a lot of people missed out because it got re-releases, but it was two of the best movies to come out of Blumhouse in a while.
Yep.
And we are getting a third one, and I'm very happy. This is a movie starring Tree. If you don't remember who Tree is, Happy Death Day.
Yes. These both were
and Happy Death Day to You
were worth the upgrade.
The picture was excellent. I mean, you could tell it was a lot brighter.
Yeah.
More detail.
You saw the more detail in the killer's mask.
Especially Tree also.
Yeah.
She really glistened.
Yeah.
Then you had all the other women that was in it. They glisten also. So, well worth the pickup.
I'm excited for the third one. Can't wait for them to start filming.
Yes. Went back to her franchise, which I think these movies suck ass. But I do like Wes Craven. I just don't like these movies. I think this is the worst franchise ever made. But I'm talking about Scream, and this is Scream 3. It was tolerable. I watched it for Neve Campbell and David Arquette. Yeah. If it wasn't for them two, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I just cannot get into these.
No, you can't. I do like that the third Steelbook, a lot of people complain
I
that
like
it wasn't
red.
black. I like the fact that it was red because this one was not filmed in Woodsboro. This was filmed in LA, Hollywood. So this one made sense for not to be the same as that. I did enjoy this one. I completed the trilogy.
We continued. We watched Scream 4. We have not got that 4K Steelbook announcement yet.
I'm hoping we get it because this is the only one that doesn't have a Steelbook yet.
Yeah.
So get your shit together.
It's Universal, isn't it?
It's Anchor
Or
Bay.
Anchor Bay.
It's Anchor Bay.
Dimension.
Yep.
So different company owns it, so who knows?
Who knows who's gonna actually get it or not? But hopefully we do. I did like that one as well. Not as much as obviously like the original 1, 2, and 3. But it was nice to actually have a killer that was a girl.
It didn't matter to me. I didn't want to watch it anyway.
No. Yeah, I was like, if we get them done, they're done. You don't have to watch them again.
Mm-hmm.
And
this one was complete trash.
Yes.
That was like probably most likely going to be trash going forward. I thought it was trash from the beginning, but this just recycled of the first one over again. But yeah, I'm talking about Scream
which
5.
is 5.
The lead girl, oh my God, she sucks. I'm sorry.
She's got my nerves.
Ortega, I didn't mind. The younger Ortega, she gets better.
Yeah.
But the other girl that played the main star, I'm like, no. We got Neb Campbell for what, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
You killed Dewey. That pissed me off. Like, why do you kill Dewey?
Of all the people to kill.
Yeah.
They
kill the ones
Dewey.
that we like because you want to bring in the younger generation rejects who can't act worth a shit.
Yep.
But yeah, that girl was horrible. And I assume she's in the next one, isn't she?
Yes.
Of course, it'll be fucking complete trash. Well, it takes place in New York where all the trash lies anyway, so.
I can definitely say that I probably don't want to ever watch this one again. But because we have the rest of the franchise, we're probably going to be keeping this steelbook. But just like Halloween ends, it's going to just sit on the shelf. Because I will stop.
I always said the best thing that came out of New York was when Jason knocked that guy's head off the top of the building.
Yeah, that was funny.
I laughed my ass off. That guy's like, and Jason's like, yeah, right, you stupid bitch. I'm Kane Hodder, motherfucker. He's like, take your punch, and he knocks his fucking head off.
Yep.
I laughed. I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is the last movie we watched of the month. And it's starring one of the very few black actors that I can stand to watch in a movie. There ain't too many other than Denzel Washington, Idris Elba, Omar Epps. And this guy is my favorite. He always will be. I am talking about Lorenz Tate. And I am talking about Menace to Society. This movie deserved to be in Criterion.
Yes.
This is when black movies were relevant.
Yeah.
These actually gave you the stories of what happened in the hood back in the day.
Yep.
And of course, Samuel L. Jackson was in it also.
Not very long.
Nah. Well, he was a damn drug addict, remember?
Yeah. This was actually Lorenz Tate film debut.
No, it wasn't.
Well,
Yeah, the Inkwell.
I know that.
He was young in that one, too.
Yeah. But according to IMDb, that this was like the very first.
But
this was really good.
Lorenz Tate was off the wall character. He didn't give a fuck. He murdered, shot the
store owner
in the head in the very beginning. Of course, that's triggered the whole. He kept bragging and watching about the tape.
Yep.
It was about him and the tape the whole movie.
Yes.
But the movie was mainly about Kane. O-Dog was his friend, and he had a bunch of other friends also in the movie. They were making the wrong choices.
Yep.
Over and over and over, and his grandparents were Christians. Heavy Christians.
Yep. Trying to get them to not
do what they were doing because they were heading down a dark path. They were carjacking. They were shooting and killing people. I mean, his cousin got killed point blank. I mean, I could see going
just
after them.
because he wouldn't get out of his car.
I could see going after them.
Yeah.
They deserve what happened to them, but like in the end, everything comes back full circle. And his grandfather asked him if he cared whether he lived or died. And when he did finally figure out that he did, it was too late. It has a sad ending.
Very.
But it was bound to happen for the direction that he was going in. We need more movies like this. I mean, you have Boys in the Hood. That is another comparable to this one. We just need more movies like this. We haven't had any movies like this in
a long time.
We just don't get them anymore.
because everybody's afraid of offending somebody or whatever maybe. But
The thing is, when it comes to movies, make it for a movie to sit and watch, not to get politics and woke bullshit shoved down your throat.
Yep.
Women being in the role over men, race swaps, all that bullshit. If a woman belongs at the main role,
like
by all means, give it to her. Neve Campbell deserves it.
Yep.
Without Neve Campbell, Scream sucks.
Yeah.
Well, Scream sucks anyways, but even worse without Neve Campbell. But if a black guy belongs in it, by all means, put him in it. I don't have nothing against that at all. There are really good black actors, but I'd pick out certain ones that stand out from the other.
Yep.
Lorenz Tate's one of them. Denzel Washington's another one. Idris Elba is a great actor too.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Is Tyler Perry? I mean, he can play anything.
He's a great director, though.
Yes,
he plays Medea. Tyler Perry is just another. He's just another on another level.
Yeah.
But I guess that's it for this video. I mean, we did get some good movies, and I just wish movies nowadays they would go back to caring what movies that we want to see.
Yep.
Not movies where you get all this shit shoved down your throat. Who wants to sit there and watch that? I don't. I mean, you turn on the news. What do you hear?
Crap.
Crap.
A lot of crap.
It's annoying anymore. You can't go out. You can't go out anymore. You can't go out without looking over your shoulder because you can't trust nobody anymore. Back in the day, you could do that.
Yep.
Back in the day, you could hang out with whoever and not be criticized for it. Whites and blacks would hang out. Now they're trying to pit against one another. Shouldn't be like that. We're all, I wouldn't say we're all equal. As far as blacks, whites should be equal, yes. Illegals coming over, I don't think they should be. I think the only problem I have with that is the same reason Trump and a lot of other Americans have a problem with come over legally. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not on here to preach anything about this. This is where I stand on politics as far as that. You come over here legally, then by all means, but coming over illegally, getting free benefits and stuff, that's a slap in our face, and a lot of people is not seeing it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I grew up in the era that I did. But I remember back in the day, man, you could do anything.
Yeah.
Nobody would get offended by shit. I mean, the smallest shit offends somebody nowadays.
Yeah, like the fair.
Yeah.
You used to be able to go to the fair and just have a good time and not have anything.
Now you
but
can't.
Now you can't.
People getting stabbed, people getting shot. I mean, for what? God didn't put us on earth to act like that.
No.
And you know you're going to be judged when you go, whether you believe in God or not. You're either going to go up or you're going to go down.
Yeah. So make better choices.
Yeah. We're not preaching, but you need to make better choices. I know this is the physical media channel, but when you talk about movies, especially like Menace to Society, that happens. That could have been
avoided
if he would have listened to his grandparents. They were trying to raise him the right way, but he figured he'd run the streets with his homeboys and buddies and think
nothing's going to happen to him, like he's invincible. But I mean, nobody is.
Yeah, nobody's invincible.
No.
The shit's going to catch up with you eventually. But with that being said, we're going to end this video. Thank you for
sticking with us.
putting up with this. But it's always good to have discussions like this. We'd like to have more discussions about stuff like this with people. Taking out of a movie and pulling out and discussing about stuff like this. Let us know in the comments if any of these movies interest. If you see any of these, if you plan on picking any of these up. Menace to Society, Criterion, so I would definitely recommend it.
Absolutely.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.